Refrigerators, there's food.
Was he ever upset? Did he show any upset around you at all, like at being expelled, for example?
No, not at all. I mean, he was depressed, but he never showed any anger or
no acting out
emotions.
Type behaviors that.
Okay.
No.
Did he ever talk about pain or hurt or about being marginalized in any way?
I asked him why he got kicked out of Stoneman Douglas. He said it was for fighting, and I let it go at that.
Well, take us through the morning of the day of this tragic shooting.
I get up at 6 o'clock. We'd walk out the door about 6:30, 6:40. I'd take my son to school, and then I would take Nick to school.
All right. And was he appreciative of that?
Absolutely.
We thank you for dropping him and
yeah, he
all
was,
that?
and he was doing very well in school.
Okay. And on this morning, did you drop him at school?
No, when I got up that morning, I asked my son, I saw him, I go, is Nick getting up? And he told him last night that he doesn't go to school on Valentine's Day.
Did you see him at all that day before this happened?
No, sir. The last I saw him was Tuesday night at dinner.
Okay. And what was his mood that night?
He was happy-go-lucky. I mean, we ate, we had some playful banter. We were watching TV, and he got up and said he was going to bed after he ate.
Okay, so the night before he allegedly premeditatedly murders 17 people and injures 14 more, he's just at dinner, banter, normal, no signs at all.
Absolutely.
That's very interesting and very telling. Did you notice anything at all?
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Nothing at all?
Not even the next morning. And I went to go make some coffee, and he was in the kitchen, and I said, why didn't you go to school? Same reason. I don't go to school on Valentine's Day. I said, okay, well.
How was he acting with you?
No different than normal. I was just communicating what he was going to do for the day. He was supposed to work later in the afternoon. I said, well, so are you going to work too later? And he says no. He goes, they called me and said they didn't need me. And he said he was going fishing, which wasn't unusual either. He'd done that plenty of times when he had a day off.
And so you and he were in the home alone for how long?
45 minutes to an hour.
Do you two have any idea how glad I am to be talking to you right now, because it is not out of pattern for these individuals to kill the people at home before they go kill the people there.
Yes, sir.
I'm just so glad that you're here.
Thank you.
Kimberly and James' son was friends with Cruz, reached out to him, and he received a text from him just minutes before the carnage began. I'm going to talk with him after the break.
This video has surfaced of Nikolas Cruz in his backyard brandishing and firing a weapon.
It's truly disturbing video of the Valentine's Day suspect wielding a BB gun in his backyard. Nikolas Cruz can be seen methodically firing off practice rounds. A lifetime of red flags, leaving everyone asking, could the massacre have been prevented?
We're talking today about who is Nikolas Cruz, the 19-year-old man accused of committing the third deadliest school shooting in American history. What we've seen is there are two different personas. One that he presented to these people that were gracious enough and kind enough to offer this young man a home. He presented them a very different profile than what he presented to the rest of the world, which is why they didn't ring a warning bell. They had no trigger to ring a warning bell. Their son may have been the final person to